Okay, so today I figured I would make a video talking about ways to be a better CNA slash caregiver, because I have had a couple people who tell me they watch me and they're a caregiver, whether it's like a live-in or they just visit, and they're not necessarily CNAs. So this is kind of applicable to both types of positions. So anyways, my number one tip would be have a heart. Be empathetic to the situation. Understand that this person didn't ask to be put in this situation, just like you wouldn't ask to be put in that situation if it was you that needed a caregiver. You may be surprised that I even need to say that, but I have seen so many people since I started doing this type of work who really could care less about what they're doing and could care less about the people that they're caring for. And it's just really sad to see that, because these people deserve quality care and they deserve to be loved and cared for in a way that isn't detrimental to their health. They're already going through a hard time because of their health problems, and so it's difficult to see when somebody is mistreating them and that person is supposed to be actually caring for them. Tip number 2 is learn how to be patient, calm, and encouraging. It is very, very easy to get frustrated in this line of work. It's very easy to get upset, especially if you're dealing with people in the memory care setting, whether that's in-home or in a facility, just because they have their own way of doing things. They are not always easy to care for. They don't always want you to care for them. They can be combative, argumentative, and a whole bunch of other things. And I have other videos talking about how to care for people who are confused or people who have dementia. So if you are working in a memory care setting or in a nursing home setting, even if it's not necessarily memory care, I would recommend going and checking out those videos. But being patient, being calm, don't let them get to you. Don't let the situation get to you, because again, if it's dementia and they're confused or something like that, they can't control that. They may lash out just because they don't understand what's going on. So you have to understand that they're not lashing out because of something wrong with you. They're lashing out because they don't understand, they're confused, they're scared. They don't understand everything that's going on around them. So you just have to be patient. And the encouraging part is especially true if you have people in a rehab type of setting, because there's a lot of people that I've worked with even at this facility who need to be up and moving, and they're either scared to do it because they're injured, or they're scared that it's going to hurt to move when they've been in the bed after surgery or whatever. But you need to learn how to be encouraging, because the quicker they're moving, the quicker they'll get that strength back, so then they won't necessarily need a caregiver anymore. That might not be true for every case, but for a lot of people, if you're just caring for them short term and they just need somebody to be a caregiver to them while they're recuperating from a surgery, or they had an accident or something like that, it's good to be encouraging and motivating. My third tip would be to use good time management skills and develop a routine. I don't know what I would do if I didn't have a routine. I feel like I'd be running around like a chicken with my head cut off, because especially if you're working in a facility, if you don't have a routine, it is so very easy to get overwhelmed. I literally write out everything that I need to do, what time I'm going to do my rounds, the patients that are assigned to me for the shift. I write everything down, and I will cross it out as I go through and do it, just to make sure that I didn't miss anything. And before I leave for the day, I check and make sure that everything on the paper is marked off. So it's something that you will figure out for yourself. You have to figure out something that works for you, like a routine that works for you. It's going to be very overwhelming and difficult to do that at first, but once you've been working as a CNA or a caregiver for a little bit, it'll get easier the longer that you do it. Tip number 4 is for facility people only. Obviously, this wouldn't really be true if you're working in the home, but offer help to other nursing staff / ask for help as needed. Don't try to be a superhero. Don't try to do everything on your own. If you can't handle something, let somebody know that you need help. It is okay to ask for help. Don't think that you're doing anybody a favor by not asking them for help. You could really hurt yourself or the person that you're trying to care for. So you need to make sure that you are asking for help when you need it and taking care of yourself so that you can be there for your patients. And also offering help to other nursing staff if you're in a facility. It's so easy to get overwhelmed when you have all these different patients and residents assigned to you, and by offering to help, like if you get a free minute and you see one of your coworkers really struggling, offer to help them. You know, you could really turn somebody's shift around just by offering to help. Number 5 is chart things as soon as you can after doing them, especially if it's vitals. Now, not every facility has CNAs checking vitals, but in the hospital we would check like temperatures and things like that. And those are things that need to be put in and charted like as soon as possible, so then the nurse knows what was going on. We also did the AccuCheck testing, which was blood sugars, and so those need to be charted also. And most of the time what I would do is I would go and do the AccuCheck, and then I would let the nurse know, and then, you know, as long as the nurse knows, then I don't have to be in a super rush to put it in the charting system, but I'll still do it as soon as I can. You know, it's easier if you let the nurse know, because they're waiting for those numbers so that they can give insulin or whatever they need to give. And number 6, and the final tip that I have, is make sure that you're taking time to practice self-care so that you don't get burnt out. Sorry, I was waiting for somebody to walk past, but you know, self-care is really important, especially with all the things that we do every day. It's really important so that you don't get burnt out, because like I said, I've been there, and you know, even at this facility, when I don't practice proper self-care, I really start feeling burnt out, and it makes me like dread going to work. So make sure that you're taking care of yourself. Make sure that you're giving yourself enough time. Don't pick up extra hours if you're feeling irritated and annoyed and like dreading going to work. Don't pick up extra hours when you're getting that way, because you really need to take a break. Even though money is nice, don't do that to yourself. You won't be a good caregiver or a good CNA on those days anyway. But anyways, that's all I have for this video of tips. If you guys would like some more tips or anything like that, let me know, and I'll do my best to come up with some extra tips for you guys. And if you guys have any questions or any topics you'd like me to talk about, also let me know that. I'd be more than happy to do so, you know. And with that being said, I will talk to you guys again soon.